You know what? They're taking note of something very important, Nicole, and that is that there's basically two conflicts going on here right now. There's a shooting war, obviously, a military campaign, but there's also a campaign of propaganda being waged by the Kremlin that's been going on for weeks now. Most recently, Russia's President Vladimir Putin telling the world that this invasion was all about denazifying Ukraine. That's a quote of his and an absolutely ludicrous statement to make about a Western-backed, democratically elected nation led by a Jewish president who lost family members in the Holocaust. But that's the level of the rhetoric, and it's being spread on TikTok, Telegram, social media, and Russian-backed media interests like RT. It's not new, been going on for weeks, including a hoax that claims an American journalist was killed in Ukraine. Not true. Video and photographs from other wars in other parts of the world actually being repurposed on social media by the Kremlin to talk about alleged acts of Ukrainian aggression that led to this conflict, an excuse for war, basically what U.S. intelligence has been telling us would happen all along. We're now seeing it. Just 3 days ago, Russia's news agency reported that 5 Ukrainian soldiers crossed the border into Russia on 2 armored personnel carriers, were killed by Russian troops. Helmet cam video of the alleged incursion was released by Russia. Didn't happen, Nicole. One of many reports like it, including, you'll remember this, the reports of shelling of schools in breakaway regions of Ukraine that, again, was a pretext for a Russian invasion. The state-controlled international television network RT, part of this, running with a headline that says the conflict in Ukraine began 8 years ago, has been a bloodbath, ignored wrongly, it says, by the West. And now Moscow is finally stepping in to end it, going on to report that Russia is ready to negotiate Ukraine's surrender. What's most interesting about all of this, maybe not most interesting, Nicole, but among the most interesting points is that a lot of this information is either being debunked directly by the Biden administration or by online sleuths who are digging around in this from home on their computers and debunking Russian propaganda right now on the internet in real time.
All right, Tom Negevin live for us in New York City. Thank you. Well, as missiles fly across the Ukrainian countryside, that impact being felt on a personal level around the world and, of course, here in the States. The most recent census data available shows more than 1 million people who identify as Ukrainian live stateside. And for many of them, today is a nightmare come true. Correspondent Kelly Beeson joins us live from Warren, Michigan, which is near Detroit. Kelly, Michigan is home to a number of Ukrainian Americans, but we're seeing a response not only here in the country, but around the world.
You're absolutely right, Nicole. This news sparking concern, shock, and in some cases, outrage globally. There are now cries for freedom for Ukraine in France, Greece, Italy, and England, just to name a few areas. We do have video of some of those rallies that have happened in the streets just within hours, where many are calling for tougher sanctions on Russia. Now, back here stateside, there are many shows of support as well, especially in areas with large Ukrainian communities like Chicago. Some estimating there are 250,000 people in the city with ties to Ukraine. Many of those people waving flags, asking for NATO support, and attending church services to pray for peace. Where we are now in a community about 10 miles north of Detroit, you can see an emergency rally is about to begin at a local Ukrainian church. Just moments ago, we spoke with the chair of the Ukrainian American Crisis Response Team of Michigan, who calls the invasion, quote, horrifying.
Our community has reacted with horror. We're terrified that the ancestral homeland that our ancestors fought to make independent can be made some kind of vassal state of Russia once again. And we can watch that process, the undoing of all of our ancestors' work who fought for liberty. We can watch that live on Twitter and live on CNN. That's terrifying.
Now, many at these rallies saying they heard the threats from Putin, but they never imagined an invasion at the scale that it is would happen. Nicole.
Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.